you guys read that article on from South Korea?
Oh, some people are getting it again.
Some people are getting it again, but they're like we're not sure if it was if they weren't all clear, because a lot of them are testing positive, they're getting treated negative, and then positive again. But the same thing happened in China, and people were like, China, we're not gonna believe anything that comes out of there.
Yeah.
But now it's South Korea, so like I'm not even sure if it's like dormant, like it's like herpes and shit. It's like the herpes of.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, South Korea is getting it again. Singapore's getting it again. But is what you're saying though, like that. This is where I'm a little more positive, is that you build up the immune system to move on, right? Like I think that's probably eventually we're gonna get used to this.
You know, I think they're gonna have, you know how in stores they have metal detectors? I think they're gonna have corona detectors.
Well, did you guys see that Apple and Google are partner? They're working on a some sort of app to with your smartphone, you're gonna be able to see if you've come to contact with someone who had COVID.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. So I don't know how they're gonna do that.
I'm going back to my Sony Razr.
Well, so that's all going to be implemented, I think, when the 5G network comes out, because they're like they could pretty much monitor where you're at all the time, what you're doing. So if they know that somebody was infected and that person's walking around, and they'll be like, look,
Oh
you
my
were next.
God. Have you guys this is like a bad episode of Black Mirror.
You were next to Ali at Peroni's.
What? No. Yeah.
So guys, do you guys think like that right now there's 100,000 deaths, right, in the world?
Yeah.
And there's like 1.6 million cases. The H1N1, like 10 years ago, it had over 1 billion cases in the world. There were close to 600,000 deaths. Right now, like North America, it's supposed to be the peak of increase. So we're at 100,000. Do you guys think we're going to surpass the H1N1, like 600,000 deaths?
Yes.
I think we're way above 100,000 deaths.
I think if you look at the timeline, we're way above. Like it just gets you just get infected way faster. People get like, do you see like the spread? How people get like how one person coughs in a grocery store? How fast you get it? It is insane.
Yeah.
So I think it's just infection rate. That's all.
So now we got to wear masks.
I hope not.
But that's the other thing. Wasn't masks not supposed to be like it didn't matter if you did or didn't wear a mask? Like that's what the first thing they said.
They weren't informed on it.
I think they were also worried about supplies of masks.
But I think you did the public a disservice by telling them that. Look at Taiwan, China, and everybody. Everybody wears something on their face when there's a problem, and like they have a very low infection rate, especially in Taiwan.
Yeah, that's true. I made fun of all the Asian people on the subway when I was in New York.
We need it. Yeah, I know you need it, but tell people, like I don't know, wear something above your face. Something is better than. But they never did that. Even now, they're like, well, it has to be the right mask. Look, man, wear a couple of T-shirts over your head. Worst comes to worst. Dude, maybe it'll stop something.
This is true, man. Like Asian, like Chinese folks in New York, like every time they got sick or something, they had a mask, and I'd be like, what the hell? That's so weird. Like this is years ago. I was like weirded out by the whole thing. They've been through like stuff like this all the time. Like they know what's up. Like they've been training for this. Like they know that shit like this can happen, and I think that's why like all these first responders have been able to be more effective at flattening the curve. Like I think that's because they do use all the things that we disregarded in the West, and now we're finally coming to terms with them.
You're right, because people from China, they know what's up. They've been eating bats for decades. Since I don't know, 1920s and shit.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Medium rare. Medium rare.
you go to China and then you go to the restaurant. It's like bad soup. Yeah, I'll have 2 of those, please.
Oh man.
Gino, what was the last show you did?
Last show, man, I can't remember.
Did you know though? Like, were you expecting it to be such a drastic stop in terms of did you see it coming?
No. Like I think when they started, like when they said that we needed to stay home, I said, okay, how long is it going to be? I didn't know. I wasn't sure. But then a couple of weeks later, they shut everything down, and it was just like, wow. I didn't think it was that severe at the beginning when he told us stay home, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because I was in denial for a little bit, but now I'm like, yeah, stand-up is probably going to be gone for at least a year.
What about you know a lot of people from in Italy that got affected? You're Italian.
No, like luckily our family, like they're okay. They're in the country and they've been okay. They can't go out. There's rules and stuff. Like only one person can go do the groceries, and they have to stay home. They've been isolated for a while. Luckily, they're in the country and they're okay. But
yeah. Where are they? South or in the north?
They're in like center south, Naples.
Okay, so it's a little bit more relaxed. People are a little bit better off than the north, I think, from what I read.
Yeah, but it's really affecting the elderly more. And I think Italy, they're like 65 years and over are 23% of the population. That's why it really affected them. And even here, like the people, like the elderly, the death toll, it's really, if you're 60 and up or 70 and up, it's even higher. And then 80 and up, it's really bad. But under 60 years old, it's I think it's 1% or something of death toll.
Yeah.
Unless underlying condition, you should be fine.
Yes.
But still, we can't just be like, yeah, it's old people.
No, of course. It's just, it's a trickier one because I guess the H1N1 was everyone. And now this, you can get it like the flu, but it seems to really affect the elderly or people who have a pre-existing condition.
What if it was the opposite? What if it just if it affected children?
All the boomers would have been like, it's not a thing.
No, that would have been like it's just killing kids.
Yeah, that would have been.
So I think we got to take care of them.
Still locked down. They would still shut everything down.
I think it would be more severe.
Yeah.
It'd be like total lockdown. Like you're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's because it's older people. It's like, we'll just take some precautions. Like it's not that big deal.
Yeah.
The government's like, yeah, we're tired of paying old age security to these people and their pensions. This will get rid of at least 10% of them. That's what they're thinking.
That's hilarious. No, dude, I think that this is it's one of those I see a lot of positive things happening. Like I've been having because I've been here in the country in Quebec for a month. So the first week was denial. The second week was sadness and grief. The third week was acceptance, and now I'm like in the recovery mode.
Just like alcoholism.
So Santi, you also had a curve of your own.
That's so funny.
The first step out, this is like, have you been to AA? Santi's literally the steps for AA for Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm describing.